Good afternoon and welcome. You know, today is a very sad day for us. And yeah, Christmas is around the corner. But today is a very sad day because this is the last episode slash review of Sports Climbing Girls. Yes, we on Rock Climbing Sports Climbing Girls episode 12. The last episode. Now I get it. Yesterday was also emotional. Haikyuu ended. Now Haikyuu to me, that didn't really fit into the Haikyuu genre. Like Haikyuu, this and all that. However, Haikyuu has been like I'll say a top 5 show, not a top 3 for me, a top 5 sports anime. So hate me if you want. I put that Haikyuu like 5th or 6th as the greatest sports anime of all time. But other than that, Rock Climbing Girls, you know, we've been on this rocky climbing road with them. We've been on a road with Rock Climbing Girls since the very, very first episode. And to have this show being underrated as an underrated sports anime as it is, you have to understand, this show makes you want to rock climb. This show makes you want to go out there and experience rock climbing for the first time in your life and just feeling it, or send it to a professional rock climber and have them watch it. Now, again, Rock Climbing Girls has been a rocky road. Seeing Konomi development every single time. We've been watching our main girl, the murder observation, climbing her way to the top as trying to be the greatest climber in Japan. Not the greatest climber in the world, but the greatest climber in Japan. You see what I mean? And we watch her going through the highs and the lows, the walls, the climbing, the grips, the techniques that each climber represented. And this is what we got. So, episode 12 review, let me just say this. I literally wanted to see where this competition was going for. My heart was pounding. Let me tell you this. My heart was pounding for this last episode because I was really looking forward to see how Konomi was going to defeat that evil little bitch, that Kurusu. It's like every time I want to hear that Kurusu, I want to freaking punch her in the face. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know what's worse. 12 hours of her saying Kurusu or 12 hours of Nico Ni. What is the most annoying thing out there? What is the most annoying thing? Kurusu or Nico? I don't know. They're both annoying me. Now this show Kuru doing her thing, and Konomi is just sitting on the sidelines, just trying to have a mental breakdown, mental state, just calmly not paying attention to her at all. Then they show the other girl, the quiet, shy girl that's also part of the big 3. You know, you got the climbing princess, you got the rhythm climber, and then you got this other girl who's kind of a shy girl. But I'm like, why is Kakeru treating her like garbage? It's kind of like I'm still gonna put My Hero up because My Hero Bakugo makes the perfect example of why I hate that guy. And I'm not gonna spoil it for the manga, but my point is, he treat Midoriya like garbage, and ain't not even giving him a sweat. And and then I'm comparing this part because in that scene where she cared for the kind princess, it's like, your your fingers are, don't rush too much, and she just pushed away, don't even care. I'm like, you are turning into an evil, hated Bakugo son of a bitch. You don't care. You don't even care. That's all. You don't even care. You don't even care at all. Okay, so the competition was kind of rushed, but it gave us some feedback of how they gonna climb fast. You know, it's showing us everybody climbing so quick to a point they have to make it to the top. So each person has seconds into how fast they can climb. But then that moment when Konomi fought Kakeru, my heart was pounding, and I'm like, we're not even 5 minutes into the pro. We're not even like 10 minutes. We're 5 minutes around. We're like 5 minutes into it, and boom, we just got the match that I wanted to see. Konomi versus the Climbing Princess. And then I felt that tension before it even happened. And Kakeru just playing that mind game trick. She said, "You will never win." She playing that mind game trick that you see in every sports anime where they got the player. You got this one player who's just trying to brain fuck your mind and just make you think you don't have the confidence to win. But man, the moment that match started, it was intense. I fell in love with that. I fell in love with that match. Now, even though Konomi lost, I really wanted her to win. But, like always, karma's a bitch, and I'm going to get to that. So, here's how this works. So, as they show other climbers, they show the top 10 and others, fail. The one thing what they're going to have to do is climb this giant ass wall where you have to harness the top of it. So for each checkpoint, you have to use the harness, click, use the carry belt. I forgot what they call, but see, I'm not a rock climber fan, so I'm not a big rock climber expert, but I see how they do it. You have to harness this rope and then harness that next rope and harness that next rope. So we get to see all of that. Now, each person we see, they fail. Panther fail, the panther climber fail, the spider climber fail, the zombie fail. Every climber we know has failed. Now, this is where I see this. Now, I saw Annie climbing. I'm like, Annie's climbing is so freaking fast. Don't get me wrong. Annie, the climbing princess, the cute girl, okay, I get it. She's an excellent climber. I'm not taking that away from her. We cannot take that away from her, but she is so fast. I wanted to know her backstory. And that's what we didn't have in this episode. We didn't have an episode where, how did she become a dick? What made her become a total asshole to a point where I'm like, I don't even like this girl. There's gotta be it's like, they need a season 2 of this. They really need season 2. Because like I said, something about Kakeru, we need to know how she became a total dick. And I want to know what made that even possible. Being mean to people, treating people different. I'm like, this girl's so, she's an ass. A big ass. Like, why? Now, back to what I was saying, she was climbing so good, but then she tried to make that last attempt and she fell. And I'm like, yes, she fell. I was happy. Sorry. I was happy. But then, Konomi, I was rooting for her from the beginning of this Combined Speed Cup. I was really rooting for her. The way how I hope she was gonna pass Annie like this. Like sports animes are unpredictable. You can't deny that. Not all, but some sports animes are predictable. So watching Konomi climbing, my heart was intense. I was beating to a point where I'm like, do it. She was like, go. And she did it. And then with the confidence of her friends, her former, the next climber, let me say that, the next climber, the captain, all that. Now, so Jun did her climbing, and she did good, but then she kind of fell because she had a thing for her rivalry, so that's kind of a ship. No, on the other hand, she fell. Even though it was laughing when she trying to use her legs to climb that pillar, it was still funny, but she made it. But Konomi, on the other hand, I was rooting for her so much that she climbed to the top and then harnessed the top of that pillar there. I was happy. I'm like, yes, she did it. I wanted to cry, so I cry of happiness because she finally beat Annie in the top of the mountain, and she finally beat her in that competition. Now, here's the thing. I get it. Annie came first. Konomi came second. Individual. But team overall, their school won. Konomi's school won. And I'm like, yes. So it's like to me, she may not win first place. She may not beat Annie individually, but as a team, she kicked their ass. And I could tell by Annie's stupid little face. Annie knows she's a threat now. So no more talking back to her. You know it. I know it. The American people know it. All the rock climbers know it. That Annie is scared of Konomi right now. Everybody knows that. So like I said, when Konomi climbed that top, I was rooting for her. And that's how it ended, where it showed team individuals. So she and their team came first place. So, and then here's the thing. Now overall, I find episode 12 a start for all rock climbers. In other words, this was a great episode to even show Konomi's development through the trials and the obstacles she has been facing since the first episode. I mean, from a gamer who loved puzzles, a puzzle gamer, to a climber. For having a name for herself like the murder observation, and then having a huge antagonist, Konomi has developed even twice as strong as everybody else. Now overall, I find Rock Climbing Girls a very interesting show. this show is gonna, like, this show needs a season 2 for underrated sports anime. This needs a season 2. And this show overall, makes you want to get into rock climbing so bad that even I want to experience rock climbing to the fun point of like if there's some rock climbing in New Jersey or something, I would love to go. I would experience it myself. I would dream to do it just to get that feeling of rock climbing. But like I said, this is a show for people who wants to get the rock climbing. This is a show for rock climbers, like rock climbers who wants to see this and just get the feeling of it as well. And again, you guys got to admit, for rock climbing girls to be this underrated, it's a really great show. And I get it. With fall 2020 shows, it wasn't like, this show wasn't even like a recommended show to begin with. This show wasn't even recommended. I mean, think about it. Fall 2020, we had, like, if someone was to tell you the best fall 2020 shows, people will say Jujutsu Kaisen, Haikyuu to the top. I will say The Day Become a God, or Is It Run to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. So those are like the most talked about shows. But when you talked about rock climbing girls, is that under the radar? It is under the radar because nobody really wanted to see it because people think it was fan service. Wake up! Rock climbing girls is not a fan service show. Sure, it got some points where they show off their arms, their armpits, and their feet and all that legs, but it's not about that. We're just watching these girls doing a freaking rock climbing sport. And then next year we're getting a female ice hockey anime. Do you have any idea the revolution of female sports animes we're getting up to this point right now? Where this is like this, Haruka Receive, Keijo, I want to be the strongest in the world. We're getting this, and then we're getting a female soccer anime? What? Come on, guys. Come on. They're stepping up the game. So yeah. Oh yeah, Hanamiya. I forgot Hanamiya. Yeah. But again, overall, like, Rock Climbing Girls is a very interesting show. It makes you want to rock climb even more, to get out there and try some. So again, I love Rock Climbing Girls, and overall, I give this show a 9 out of 10. Like I said, the only drawback I have, the minor little drawback I have, is I wish they would have showed us more and more backstories of every other climber and see how they became what they are. Like, how did she become the spider climber? What Kuru's backstory? I want to see different backstories as to what made them become climbers. So let's see if that works out. But again, thank you for watching the last episode of Rock Climbing Girls. I look forward to it. And next year, 2020 comes around, I'm gonna be doing a review of The Promised Neverland season 2, and I've done reviews of the first season. I look forward for the second season. So again, thank you for watching Rock Climbing Girls. And if you want to experience rock climbing, try it. And if you want to learn from them, watch Rock Climbing Girls.